Welcome to the Attendance/Deadline Modification Guide for Faculty. This guide will help you to determine reasonable accommodations for students receiving accommodations for attendance or deadline modification in your class. Absence accommodations. With the disability-related absences and make-up work accommodation, the student is permitted a reasonable amount of flexibility. Reasonable flexibility can be determined by analyzing the course design. These modifications should not compromise the essential design and learning outcomes of the course. During your analysis, we ask that you consider the following questions. The Office of Civil Rights, or OCR, has provided the following guidelines to determine if attendance is an essential part of a class. What does the course description and syllabus say? What elements of the class experience are used to calculate the final grade? What are the classroom practices and policies regarding attendance? To what extent is there classroom interaction between the instructor and the students and among other students? Do students' contributions constitute a significant component of the learning process? Does the fundamental nature of the course rely on student participation as an essential method for learning? To what degree does a student's failure to attend constitute a significant loss to the educational experience of other students in the class? What is considered when the accommodation is approved? Federal law requires colleges and universities to consider reasonable modification of attendance policies if required to accommodate a student's disability. In making this determination, two questions must be answered. 1. Does the student have a documented disability that directly affects his or her ability to attend class on a regular basis? Disability resources will make this determination based on a review of documentation from the student's physician, psychologist, or other appropriate specialist, and through an interactive registration process with the student, him or herself. 2. Is attendance and participation an essential element of the class? More specifically, would modification of attendance policies result in a fundamental alteration of the essential elements of the program? Disability resources will make this determination in collaboration, where appropriate, with faculty members. What is not considered when this accommodation is approved? Additional factors that DR does not consider when evaluating accommodation requests: whether the student is responsible enough to alert professors of absences, if students will take advantage of the accommodation, if the student will miss class too often to be successful. To set up an attendance/deadline modification agreement in your course: 1. Read through the guidance in this slideshow to best understand how to determine the level of flexibility that would be reasonable for this student in your course. 2. Students will meet with faculty to discuss their accommodations. 3. Determine with the student the appropriate adjustments to the class requirements, and the student will complete the agreement with instructor form. 4. You will receive a copy of the completed form in an email. 5. If you need assistance with determining the number of absences or have other questions, please email disability@sanford.edu and we will work with you on the agreement. 6. If you receive an email with an agreement you have not discussed with the student, please contact us immediately. A few things to keep in mind. The need for this accommodation has been documented through disability resources. No additional medical documentation is needed. If your syllabus requires medical documentation for an excused absence, makeup exam, etc., the accommodations letter serves as sufficient documentation. The student is still expected to maintain prompt and regular communication with you as flare-ups occur throughout the semester. Makeup exams/quizzes of equivalent difficulty must be offered to students who experience medical flare-ups. If you have concerns about academic integrity, fairness to other students, or prep work required, DR staff are happy to consult with you on how to best set up accommodations while addressing these issues. In the event that the student is unable to meet the terms of the agreement, and if no reasonable revisions to the agreement can be made, the student should then be held to the relevant course syllabus policies. For example, the syllabus says that the students lose a letter grade after the third excused absence. Your agreement says that the student is permitted 6 excused absences. On the 7th absence, they can expect to lose a letter grade. More information. Some examples of modifications can be found on our website at the link below. At the bottom of the page, there is a link to the attendance/deadline modification guide. Please visit this guide if you need specific examples of ways to modify your course. If you have additional questions, please contact Disability Resources at disability@samford.edu. And thank you for watching this guide.